Can prison sentences get reduced? Let's talk about it. My name is Derek. I'm a board-certified criminal defense investigator and a mitigation specialist. I work with individuals who are facing prison sentences and also individuals who are currently serving those prison sentences. I gotta give a shout out to Lisa for providing me with that topic. What are the various ways incarcerated individuals can receive some type of relief from serving a prison sentence? So the most popular way is number 1, parole. Number 2, clemency. And number 3, compassionate release. Here are some notable others. So let's get into it. The most popular one that everybody seems to know about is parole. There are some misconceptions. Parole is not probation. There are two different structural mechanisms. Also, individuals are under the impression that parole is granted in every state, but it's not. I'm out of Florida and parole has been outlawed since the 1980s. Go back to my previous video on the difference between parole and probation to get the details. So what is it? Parole is a conditional release that allows an incarcerated individual to serve the remainder of their sentence in the community. The way for incarcerated individuals to apply is to present in front of a parole board. The type of information that's presented is mitigation. Information that shows that they've made changes while they were incarcerated. The parole board wants to know if the person has changed from how they were previously. So it's important for an incarcerated individual to present the changes that they've made. The mitigation packet includes letters from individuals, probably even instructors while incarcerated. It could include the classes that they've taken, certifications, and so on. Now let's get on to the next one. The next one is clemency, but let's skip that for a second. Let's go to the third one. Compassionate release is a mechanism in which an incarcerated individual, requests for immediate release because of their medical or mental health issues. Now, their medical and mental health issues has to exceed the threshold of the ability of the jail and prisons to be able to care for that individual. Each prison is equipped to provide a certain amount of care for each individual. However, there are certain individuals that have serious health complications that require help on the outside. Now let's get back to clemency. There are two components to clemency. There's the pardon and there's the commutation. Here's the process in which an individual can get pardoned from their sentence. A pardon is a process where an incarcerated individual receives forgiveness for the crime they've committed and their prison sentence. What does that mean for the person who's getting pardoned? That means that once a pardon is granted, they're immediately released. There are notable people who received pardons in the past couple of years. And there are only 2 people that can grant a pardon. There's the governor of that particular state and the president of the United States that could issue a pardon for an incarcerated individual. Now let's talk about a commutation. A person can get their sentence commuted by presenting mitigation. Similar to all the various processes, mitigation is the key. We want to show that we've made changes in our lives and how life will look like once they're released. A commutation does not forgive an individual for the crime that they did. Rather, it just allows for a reduced sentence. An individual that get a commuted sentence can sometimes get immediately released, or sometimes their sentence get reduced and they have to serve the remainder of their sentence and then they get released. I have some pretty cool stuff coming in the near future. Please stay tuned in, hold it down, and remember, second chances save lives.